Have you ever felt trapped by your past? Do you carry regrets, mistakes, or painful memories that haunt you? If so, you are not alone. Many people struggle with the burden of their past, unable to move forward. But Buddhism teaches us something profound. The past does not define you. It only has power over you if you allow it. Imagine a bird trying to fly while carrying a heavy stone. No matter how hard it flaps its wings, it remains grounded. That stone represents your past. If you don't let go, you cannot soar. Buddhism teaches that true freedom comes from releasing attachments to the past and embracing the present moment. In this video, we will explore 6 powerful lessons from Buddhism to help you stop letting your past control you. These teachings are simple, yet life-changing. They will guide you toward inner peace, self-acceptance, and emotional freedom. Are you ready to break free from your past and step into a new, brighter future? Let's begin. Lesson 1. Acknowledge and accept your past. The first step to freeing yourself from the past is acknowledging it. Many people either deny their past or dwell on it endlessly. Both of these approaches create suffering. Buddhism teaches us that the past is neither something to escape nor something to hold on to. It is simply a part of your journey. Think of your past like a river. It has already flowed downstream. You cannot swim back to change its course, but you can learn from where it has taken you. If you ignore your past, you miss valuable lessons. If you cling to it, you get stuck in the current. Instead, observe it with clarity and acceptance. Acceptance does not mean approval. If you made mistakes, hurt others, or experienced pain, accepting the past does not mean you are okay with it. It means you recognize it happened and choose not to let it define your future. A Buddhist parable tells the story of 2 monks walking near a river. They see a woman struggling to cross. One monk carries her across and sets her down. Hours later, the other monk says, "Why did you carry that woman? We are not supposed to touch women." The first monk replies, "I set her down hours ago, but you are still carrying her." This story teaches us that many of us hold onto past experiences long after they are over. We keep replaying them in our minds, letting them shape our present. But the past is gone. Only by accepting it can we move forward. Take a deep breath. Say to yourself, "My past is a part of me, but it does not control me." Acceptance is the key to freedom. Lesson 2. Identify negative patterns and triggers. Once you acknowledge your past, the next step is to recognize how it affects your present. Many people repeat the same mistakes because they do not understand the patterns that control them. Buddhism teaches that suffering is often a result of habitual thinking. If you always react the same way to situations, you create a cycle of pain. Recognizing your patterns is the first step to breaking free. Think about the moments in your life that trigger emotional pain. Do certain words, people, or situations make you feel angry, sad, or anxious? These triggers are clues to unresolved wounds from your past. Imagine a wound on your hand. If you keep touching it, it never heals. Emotional wounds work the same way. When you repeatedly react to triggers, you reopen past pain. Instead, observe your reactions without judgment. Ask yourself, why do I feel this way? When you understand your triggers, they lose their power. Buddhism teaches mindfulness, paying attention to your thoughts and emotions without attachment. The next time you feel triggered, pause. Breathe deeply. Instead of reacting, simply observe. Over time, you will see the patterns clearly and learn to change them. Breaking free from your past requires awareness. Once you recognize your patterns, you can create new, healthier responses. Lesson 3. Practice self-forgiveness and let go of guilt. Many people hold on to guilt for years, punishing themselves for past mistakes. Buddhism teaches that guilt is like a heavy backpack. You can carry it forever or you can set it down. Forgiving yourself is not about forgetting your mistakes. It is about learning from them and moving forward. Every person makes mistakes. What matters is how you grow from them. Imagine your past mistakes as footprints in the sand. They may have shaped your journey, but the tide of time is always washing them away. Holding on to guilt does not change the past. It only keeps you stuck in suffering. Buddhism teaches the concept of beginner's mind. Every moment is a fresh start. Just as a tree sheds old leaves to make way for new ones, you too can release past regrets and start anew. A simple practice for self-forgiveness is to sit quietly and say, I acknowledge my mistakes. I have learned from them. I forgive myself. I am free. Repeat this daily. Over time, you will feel lighter, as if a burden has been lifted. True healing begins with self-compassion. Lesson 4. Focus on the present moment. The past only has power over you if you keep reliving it. The future only creates anxiety if you keep worrying about it. True peace comes from living in the present. Buddhism teaches that the present moment is all we truly have. The past is a memory. The future is uncertain. But right now, you have a choice to be fully present. When you focus on the present, your mind stops replaying past regrets. Instead, you experience life fully. A simple way to practice this is through mindfulness. Pay attention to your breath. Notice the sensations in your body. Feel the air around you. Every time your mind drifts to the past, gently bring it back to the present. A wise Buddhist monk once said, when you eat, eat. When you walk, walk. When you work, work. In other words, be fully engaged in whatever you are doing. This brings clarity and peace. The past cannot be changed. The future cannot be controlled. But right now, you can choose happiness. Lesson 5. Reframe your narrative and empower yourself. Your past does not define you. The story you tell yourself about your past shapes your future. If you see yourself as a victim, you remain stuck. If you see yourself as a survivor, you become stronger. Buddhism teaches the power of perception. Two people can experience the same event, yet interpret it differently. One may see it as a curse, the other as a lesson. The choice is yours. Think of a lotus flower. It grows in muddy water, yet rises above it, blooming beautifully. Your past struggles can be the mud that helps you grow. Instead of thinking, why did this happen to me? Ask, what can I learn from this? Reframing your past transforms pain into wisdom. Instead of seeing yourself as broken, see yourself as evolving. Instead of seeing failures, see lessons. This shift in mindset empowers you to create a new, positive future. Lesson 6. Set boundaries to protect your growth. As you heal, it is important to protect your growth. Some people and environments may try to pull you back into old patterns. Buddhism teaches the importance of setting boundaries to maintain inner peace. Imagine your mind as a peaceful garden. If you let in toxic influences, they will overgrow like weeds. You must protect your space by choosing what you allow into your life. This means distancing yourself from people who bring negativity. It means saying no to habits that no longer serve you. It means surrounding yourself with people and practices that support your growth. Setting boundaries is an act of self-respect. You do not have to explain or justify your choices. You simply decide what is best for your well-being. When you protect your inner peace, you allow yourself to grow freely. Your past does not define you. Every moment is a chance to begin again. By acknowledging your past, recognizing negative patterns, forgiving yourself, focusing on the present, reframing your story, and setting boundaries, you free yourself from the past. Buddhism teaches that true peace comes from letting go. Imagine how light you will feel when you stop carrying the weight of your past. The choice is yours. Let go. Move forward. Step into the life you were meant to live.